Everyone, and welcome to the second part on our animation and character animation handling tutorial through state machines. So last time we set up, let's open the project. Last time what we set up was a few animations for a basic character, and we fixed this tree, which is the animation tree, which handles our animation interactions. So how do we do the rest of the things we want to do here? Well, first we need to do some basic character input handling, which is just I'm gonna make him move to the right, and I'm gonna make him fall, I'm gonna make him jump, I'm gonna make him attack, and we're going to then handle the animations from there. So the first, I'm gonna make him run too. We have a run animation. So I'm gonna add a box collider 2D component, and we're gonna add a rigid body component. Rigid body 2D to our character. I'm not gonna let this rigid body rotate. I'm gonna freeze the rotation over here. I'm going to create a new empty game object. This empty game object is gonna be called ground checker, and it's going to be positioned. You hit W or this little button here at the feet of our player, of our character. I'm going to add a new, never mind. We have to create also a ground for our character to stand, and here is where I create a new layer. It's gonna be called ground. We're gonna move this ground to his feet. I'm gonna add a sprite render component. I'm gonna select a new sprite over here. I'm gonna make it larger, doesn't matter, don't worry about colors or sizes, we're just learning. I'm gonna add a box collider 2D, and this is where I create a ground layer, and I assign it to this object. Now that we have that, which is, this is going great, I'm going to check that our character doesn't fall through the ground. Oh, I forgot, you have to turn off the main menu for this. We're gonna program that later. Okay, so he stands on the thing, but he's too small. So I'm gonna select my main character and the ground checker. I'm gonna hit R, and I'm gonna make it larger. That's much better. This is my camera. Okay, look at that. You can see the preview on the camera. It's much better now. I'm gonna move it to the left. Ground checker is right at his feet still. Everything's perfect, and I'm gonna save my file. So what we do next is we create a new script, a new C# script, and this script is gonna be called player. I already have done this, trying to record a couple times, and I have, of course, created a script for practice, so this doesn't take forever. You don't want this to take forever, trust me. I'm trying to do this as concise as possible. So what we need for our character to find out if he's grounded is a game object. It's gonna be called ground checker. We're gonna create a bool, a public. I want to see if it's grounded outside, so it's going to be public bool grounded. It's going to be, we have a couple of public floats, which is going to be our move speed. We need to assign how fast he goes, and his jump speed. We're going to need to assign how fast or how far he jumps. Sometimes you hit save, it doesn't save. Right click this, save. Now it will work. Okay, we also need a couple more things. We need our rigid body 2D. I'm gonna call it R2D. We need our animator to change the animations. Animator, anim. And now I'm gonna find my R2D, which is get component, rigid body 2D, and animator, which is get component, animator. We also need to find the ground checker. So ground checker equals game object. I'm assuming you have watched my other tutorials and you know what's going on here. Ground checker you have to say the exact same name, type in the exact same name it has on Unity, which is ground checker. And so we need to find out if we're grounded, which is this bool, and we need to do that as a physics update. So it's a fixed update which has to do with physics, and so grounded is gonna equal an overlap circle. This is a physics 2D function, and what this function does is around a vector 2 point, it finds out if in a radius there's any game object that goes with a layer mask we have to assign over here. It's gonna be a public layer mask called ground layer. So the point, the center of the circle is gonna be our ground checkers transform the position. The radius is all gonna be 0.2f, which is really small, but it works. It's large enough, and our ground layer is just gonna be, you know, ground layer. Now that we have this, we're going to start doing our update methods, our update conditionals. So what happens if the person who's playing the game, or actual player, if we're gonna get key, if he presses and press the button D in this case, and the character is grounded, if the character is grounded, because it's gonna be like two different things. If he's grounded, then we're gonna move him through transform.translate. What this means is he's gonna move regardless of the rigid body. This has nothing to do with physics. We're gonna use the rigid body as a gravity medium. In this case, you can do it whatever way you want. There's like 1,000 ways to move your character. So the translation is gonna be vector3.right, because it's moving to the right, time.delta time, and move speed. Okay, fair enough, he moves to the right. Now, if we want it to run, is in case we have these same two conditions, input that get key code, the D, and we also have input that get key code that left shift. I'm gonna select left shift over here, and also if it's grounded. How is he gonna move? He's gonna move the exact same way, but this time it's multiplied by 2, so he's faster. So this is running. This is walking. This is running. Now for jumping, if the character is grounded and our player hits the key, input that get key down this time, which means he only presses, it's only the first press, get key down, key code, that space. If he does this, it's gonna translate, but this time is vector3.up, time.delta time, and this is gonna multiply by jump speed, which is gonna be different than move speed. Okay, good. Now that we have this, I'm gonna make an attack method. An attack boolean, I guess. So if our character is grounded, I want him to attack while he's jumping, and the player presses the key. Oh wait, get key down. Key code that. Oh, I'm gonna just go for randomly. We're gonna attack. I can't do it yet because I don't have the StateMachine set up. So now that we're going to do the hard part of the tutorial, which is StateMachine. I'm gonna check that he jumps. When I hit play, he's not appearing as grounded. This happens. I can't actually move or anything. Oh well, I can't move because I have no move speed. I'm gonna assign move speed and jump speed. He doesn't move. Sometimes this happens because Unity hates me. So you have to restart Unity. If it hits you, just restart Unity, close, see, it was failing. Open, same. When I hit play again, oh wait, I didn't set the move speed. Well, whatever, I can do it right now. 10. Oh, he's still not checking as grounded. Why? Has the ground layer. Oh, the ground layer is not assigned. Okay, there. And okay, move speed is gonna be 10, jump speed is gonna be 50. Save and try again. Moves and jumps. Never forget to save your ground layer, kids. Okay, now we have that. We are right. We can start working. We can open our player script again. And this is where I create our state machine. Public, you create a public enum. It's gonna be called character state. So which states do we have? We have idle, walk, run, jump, fall, attack, and death. And now I also need a public character state, which is now called current character state, just so I know where I am standing. No? Okay, so at start, what we do is we set. Oh no, actually I need to check to create a new function. This function is gonna take care of changing the character state. Change character state. I'm gonna call it change state. State, and this is gonna take a character state, new state. This is similar to our other function that changes states. So current character state is gonna be equal new state. And then we're gonna start the coroutine. This coroutine is gonna be a new state, the name of it, so it's gonna be just a string to string plus state, because our states are gonna be called, states. Okay, now this is over with, we have to start our state right here, character state, change state. We're gonna change state to idle. It's the first state we have to have in any game. But it's doing nothing, unless you're doing some kind of weird animation thing. Okay, so now I'm going to create my state machine. To define it. Character states. Okay, now that I'm defining my state machine, first state is gonna be. Wait, I need to confirm I'm doing everything right. Okay, yeah. Enumerator, idle state. Okay, my idle state. While I'm in it, while current character state equals character state dot idle, we are going to return null. Remember, this only is like, hey, if you're in this state, just stay here while I don't tell you to change. Okay. Also, while we are in idle, we have to set our animators integer, set integer, and this integer is the one we already defined as state to 0, because remember we set that in our transitions. So next, enumerator, we're going to copy and paste to make the tutorial a little faster. This is not the right way to do it. Walk state. So while it's walk, states 1, and then when it's run, states 2, run, and when it's jump, state is 3, and then when it's fall state is 4. When it's attack state whoop, 5, and when it's death, it's a last state philosophy, state equals 6. So a summary of what we're doing here. First, we set the controls, we set the grounded, and then we set a function to change our states. Now we are defining their states. We are communicating with the state machine on what we need as on each state. So we needed to set integer to 4 to 3 depending on where we are. So right now it still doesn't work because we have defined one thing, but we haven't converted information into the state machine. So how do we do that? We have, if we're walking and we're grounded, then we are going to change state to walk. And if we're running, yeah, so we're gonna change state to character state dot run. So if we're jumping, we're gonna change state to character state dot jump. So if we're attacking, we're gonna change state to character state that attack. So we need special things. It's not just this. First, if we press D and we're already running, we cannot go back to walking. So we have to state that if we're not running, if current character state is not run, is the only way we can walk. It's not equals character state that run. Also, we need to check if we stopped walking, if we stopped falling, if we stopped everything. So first, we need to say that if our rigid body's 2D velocity in y is less than 0, it's clear that we're falling because we're not going up, we're going down. So we have to change state, whatever state was, we have to change it to fall. If we're standing and some platform broken before our feet, we have to start falling. So how do we stop falling? We go to a fall state, and if while we're falling we get grounded, then we change state to idle. This is a way to escape an eternal falling loop. Now, how to escape an eternal walking loop? Well, that's easy. We stop walking. So if input get key up means if I stop pressing this key. So the key code for this is D, and we're grounded, of course. It's the only way to be walking. Oh well, we can also say if our current state equals character state grounded. I mean that walk. If we're walking and we let go of D, then we change our state to idle. Character state that idle. Okay. So now if we're running, if input that get key up, key code that left shift here, and create character state equals character state run. So if we're running, parenthesis here, we're going to change state to character state that idle too. Okay, so we have, if we're walking and we stop walking, we're gonna go idle. If we're running and we stop running, we're gonna go idle. There's something here. Maybe this is too much. Is that better? Okay. And if we are falling and we stop falling right over here, we're going to go idle. What about attack? How do we stop attacking? So what happens here is we don't really have a And there's two ways to do this. One if I code by waiting, and the other one's on the animation screen. Let me see if I can do this really fast here. Click on this guy. We'll go to attack and go to the last frame of attack, which is this one. We're gonna add a new, wait, an event. No, not that event. Wait. Control C, Control C. We're gonna add a new keyframe here. This, I don't know why it's not listening to me. Property. And script, animator. No. Script. We can do it several ways. We can assign a void on our code for this to call. Property. I wish I could do this quickly, but I cannot apparently. I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna make a tutorial about animators, I promise. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is gonna wait. We're gonna yield new wait for seconds. This is gonna leave us wait for seconds. Yield return. New wait for seconds. And the seconds are going to be 0.2, which is about the length of the animation. And after that happens, what we're going to do is we're going to change state to character state.idle. So after we're done attacking, we're going to back to idle. Go. Okay, no more. No. I'm not recording this anymore. Okay, good. Main character. Project. Just, okay. See how this works. He jumps, he falls. Moves to the right, walks. He also will probably fall away from that. Whatever, I want to try running. Well, he runs, he stops, he idles again. There you go. So it works, every animation works. Death is probably, let me see if I can check it out. Death, no, it doesn't work. Idle, death. Nah, it's not gonna work. So yeah, now that we have everything set up, we are done with this tutorial. What we did here, let's go back through it again. First, we assign ground checking, ground, and move speed and jump speed, so our character could move, run, jump, everything. And we assigned movement, basic jumping, basic ground detection, basic physics, so we could handle a character. Then what we did was we went to fix update, found the ground through code, and I started assigning everything through every state through code. We built our state machine, we defined our state machine, and then we moved through the states of the player successfully for animation handling. I'm actually really proud of this tutorial. I hope you guys understand it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Next tutorial, we're gonna see, I have a couple suggestions. If you have any suggestions, there's a comment box. Don't forget to subscribe and to like the videos. Well, I don't really care about that, but if you want to help me with some patrons, some donations, we are here to help you. Ask and you shall receive. Let's go. See you later.